Welcome back to this build series. This is Odell with Odell Complete Concrete. This is part 2 of a 4-part series. In this part, we're going to be focusing on this concrete driveway. It's going to be a diamond grid concrete driveway. And right now we're just getting prepped out, ready to pour this thing. And the way we're prepping this thing out is we're just shooting a little bit of water on this driveway. And then also what we're doing is we're marking out our diamond grid because we're going to be wet cutting all the joints for the diamond grid. And the way we did that was we basically measured the garage. The garage was 16 feet wide, centered it at 8, and then I transferred that 8-foot mark down to the very front of the driveway. After that, we used our carpenter square and then just squared it up with our center line that was at 8 foot and pulled the string line right off of that carpenter square, because the carpenter square gives you a perfect 45. So we just made sure our string line ran parallel with that line, and then we wanted about 5-foot squares turned on an angle to make them diamonds. So basically squares on 45-degree angles. So once we got our first line established, all we had to do was just measure 5 feet off of each one of those established lines, and that would give us our first setup, and then we would just do it the opposite way after that. So you can see right there, we're just measuring right off of the string line 5 feet and then marking our 2x4, because I'm holding one in and then Juan's son is holding the other side. Juan's the one holding the tape, and then Shane is marking out the 2x4. So here we are now measuring probably the longest cut we're going to be making right off of our initial mark. You can see Juan's right on it with the blue chalk, and we're measuring 5 feet off of that. Once we have it exactly at 5, we're just going to mark our 2x4, and that'll be our established line. And we're just going to keep continuing that all the way until there's no more lines to be putting in that way. And then we're just going to reverse that and go the opposite way. So concrete is here, and we're ready to pour this job out. You can see we're lifting the rebar up as we do pour out. I do have a little bit of rebar in those corners as well, because I do think that those are going to be major crack points, and I definitely did not want this driveway to crack at all. And the way we're pouring this out so that it's a nice easy rod job is we're pouring out all the sides first, getting the sides all established. Once the sides are established, we're going to just go down the middle of the driveway with a long 2x4 to rod it back. Alright, so we have the concrete driveway all laid down. Now we're just going over it with the wooden bowl float. We're going to be hitting it both ways, horizontally and vertically. Get this driveway as smooth and flat as possible. The other thing is that this was a very hot day, so this concrete was going off on us. I would say, I think it was only a 2-hour day, so it was probably one of the fastest concrete pours I've ever done. So it was a little tricky, since we did have to put a whole diamond grid in. As soon as we were done bowl floating in both directions, we did whip out the walking edger This thing is always really nice to use because it really saves your back from having to bend down and edge everything. You can see that nice little move right there too. That one that he scraped a little bit of the cream to fill in that spot. These walking edges though are really nice. They really do save your back. The less you have to bend over on the job, the better. And then you can see a little spot right there that we threw a little bit of concrete in, just to make sure that every inch of this driveway had a smooth surface. And then after we were done hitting it with the wooden bowl float, we did seal it off with the Fresno, and right after that we started snapping our lines. We had all of our lines pre-marked out, so it was pretty sweet and simple getting our diamond grid established. All we had to do was pull the string line right to our established marks. And the diamond grid is 5 foot on center. It does get a little tricky trying to find your established lines just because the concrete smears all over the 2x4s. That is why we do bring the lines down on the front face of the 2x4s so we can't see them if concrete smears too much over the top of the 2x4s.
That's the little one right there. Somewhere.
Yeah, I see it right here. And then here's our last little line.
I'm gonna move that one. Let's move that one a little bit this way. You can go like a, right there. You don't go like
right there.
Yeah. You see?
Yeah. Once we do have all of our lines established and snapped in, we are using our 4-foot joint cutter and just following down our lines. Right after the joint cutter, we will use our walking joiner, and this is basically the joiner that gives you the smooth radius edge for your joints. So we've gone over the concrete about one time now. It was our first major pass over all the concrete, getting it all established and set up. Sometimes we like to go over the concrete about 3 times, but we only did go over this about 2 times, just because how hot it was and how fast it was going off. But Shane wanted to do some practicing, so as soon as we were done going over the concrete the first time, Shane jumped out here and picked up a trowel and started learning a little bit about concrete finishing. Rookie's out here on the pool trowel. Go both ways, the back too. Go just one way. Yeah, go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. See all those holes? Get rid of those holes. Put more pressure down. More force. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Look at it, natural. No, go both ways. Oh, never both ways, look at it. Go both ways. You gotta use one hand. Cool. This is like what I like to do. Reach out a little further, right into this spot. See that spot? How it's all dry right there? Try to reach out a little further. Use that wood trowel to give yourself some more leverage out. Yeah. There you go. Go back. No. The other way. Yeah. There you go. Don't remember. Don't hit that line though. Get parallel with it. Right there, and go back. Okay. But try to smear that cream that way. Okay. You don't want to get this line all smeared up with cream, unless we're trying to fill it in. There you go. There you go. Get further out though. Usually you want to start at the furthest point out and then work yourself back so you don't go over your stuff again.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing with it.
Yeah, you're learning.
Right?
You're learning.
Yeah.
Gotta learn somehow.
Yeah.
So that was Shane's first taste of actually doing a little bit of concrete finishing. He's never really used the trowels before, so for his first time picking up the trowels, I would say he's pretty natural at it. You just got to get used to going back and forth instead of just going one way. But here we are on the second pass of the concrete driveway. Went down it pretty quick, and that was about it. After that, after we went down on that one, we started brooming. And the cool way we broomed this driveway was we broomed it opposite ways, so it looked like a checkerboard pattern. I thought that was a little cool and unique. Decided to go a little above and beyond for this driveway. So we're basically brooming opposite ways for each square. And it's so hot right now, we had to put a little bit of water down on the surface to be able to get this nice light broom finish. I mean, you see how many times we went over that one section with the broom to bring out the broom finish. Juan actually put his shoes on so he can get a better broom finish on each one. These are actually special shoes too, so that you can walk on top of the concrete without making any marks. I forget exactly what they're called. Call them the special concrete walking shoes. But that basically wraps up this job. Hope you guys did enjoy this concrete driveway video. Remember, this is part 2 to a larger build series. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the next 2 parts. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Comment any questions you do have about the job, and I'll be happy to answer. Alright guys, stay tuned and have a great day. Alright, here's the broom finish final. We broomed 2 different ways to get out and give it that checkered pattern look. 5'1" center for all the diamonds. And then we're going to be doing a charcoal colored papers for the border with a like a reddish hue paper for the field. You'll see that once we get to that part. But yeah, this wraps up the driveway.